So I wanted to continue my discussion of Mezco figures. What we have here is obviously Green Lantern, and in this particular case, it's Hal Jordan. Now, if you're looking at him and you're thinking, I've never seen that uniform before, that costume, well, I would agree with you. And I went out there and looked. Now, I'm a long-time collector of DC Comics. I know exactly what Hal Jordan looks like. And I know that DC will often change costumes, but I could not find any version that looked like this. And this is one of the things that I don't love about Mezco, which is I like it and I don't like it, is that they sometimes do their own thing. And with the Aquaman figure that I had, it really looked like the iconic Aquaman costume. This has all sorts of flourishes on it. I would have preferred, these gloves, these gauntlets or whatever. I would have preferred the classic look. But for whatever reason, they went with all these little flourishes and whatnot. One other thing I wanted to point out was the stitching on here. And this is just my theory. My theory is that these costumes are made by machine and then stitched by hand. And that's probably why the stitching looks very uneven. And there always seems to be a section on these figures with costumes where the stitching looks uneven. Now, I'm sure that some people would say, well, that I don't like the looks of that. But this is, I think, what you get when you get a partially handmade figure. And I like that. That means something to me. Even though the stitching looks, not so great, it has a handmade appearance to it. So I think that that's also why they charge so much, $80 for a figure like this, or $80 and up, because of the and they're probably in much more limited amounts, because if you have human involvement in it, that's going to take time. So what I wanted to talk about was the buying of Mezco figures, and the best way to buy and the best way to get the lowest price. And this is just from my experience over the course of buying Mezco for several years now. Now, the one thing I will say is that it can vary quite a bit based on the figure. Some figures will just, I'll go in here. So again, this is Big Bad Toy Store, and I am not affiliated with them. It is just it is a toy specialty site, and they tend to be more careful with the boxes than Amazon, and they tend to have pretty good prices. So if you find another toy specialty store, then fine. That's fine. It doesn't matter to me. Now, you could see in here, okay, so we have, let's see here. You take Catwoman there. Catwoman has been around forever at $80. That Wonder Woman has been around forever at $80. And so I could have bought those at any time. But other figures, now you can see how many are sold out. And there's the Hal Jordan, $99. Good luck getting it at that price. And all these figures out there, sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. So it can be a real risk waiting, because a lot of times they sell out even before they actually go on sale, before they're released. So you take the Superman there, $180. Gotham by Gaslight Deluxe Joker exclusive, $150. So what I tend to do is I look at the price, and then I compare it to, say, Mezco's own website. So if I go in here to DC Universe, now we have Joker whatever, Gotham by Gaslight for $100. Now that's a $50 difference. The Mezco's own site, the shipping is a lot more expensive, but it's not that much more expensive. So in this case, I bought this figure directly through Mezco because it was a better price than $150. Then you have the Superman, $179. This is the new Superman, but this is the Christopher Reeve Superman, $125. So again, I bought this one directly through. This one actually sold out before I got it, but I joined the wait list and managed to get it. So I paid, let's see, $125 plus shipping. So not an insignificant amount. This is the one I did not manage to get. I am on the wait list. It says shipping September through November 2022. This actually was released quite a while ago, so I maybe they're re-releasing it or something. This was another one I didn't manage to get, which was Mr. Freeze. But again, they might be re-releasing it, so maybe I'll have a second chance at those figures. If you go on Amazon, so here's Green Lantern, and a lot of these are third-party sellers. What is it selling for? $350. That's crazy. I am not paying that much, but I already own the figure, so I don't really care. The Amazon prices can tend to be all over the place, and they will jump around very quickly. So you have to be careful. But sometimes you can get them most of them are third-party sellers. So you might get a third-party seller that sells for less, but definitely go in and look at the feedback from other buyers, because if they have poor feedback, maybe they're just, they might be sending damaged boxes. Maybe they're not very careful about it, or I'm sure this is very rare, but knockoff figures. If you're getting from Mezco, Big Bad Toy Store, you are not going to get a knockoff. That is definitely not going to happen. So in this case right here, you have, and I did pre-order this one, Batman versus Two-Face. Looks kind of like the old television series. You go on here, so it's $230. Let's see. $190 here. So again, in this case, I pre-ordered, but in many cases it's not. So $125 for Batman from the movie The Batman. If we go on here, $125, same price. But given the fact that Big Bad Toy Store ships for $5 and you can combine shipping, and then Mezco is more like $20, it certainly makes sense to go with 112, or I'm sorry, to go with Big Bad Toy Store, because you can get it cheaper. And I have made mistakes. I have made mistakes where I waited too long, and then so in this case, Mr. Freeze was $120. That's the same price. Mr. Freeze was sitting out there for a while, and I didn't get it, and then it sold out. And so I did not manage to get it. But I do have him on wait list, and that has worked out for me. Like I said, Superman I did manage to get on the wait list. So if you could find another one, or if you can, another option is eBay. I've never bought one from eBay. Most of the ones I've bought are from Big Bad Toy Store, but like I said, I would go out and compare with Mezco. But I also do not like paying third-party seller prices. So all of these Batman Sovereign, Batman Ascending, Batman whatever, I bought them all at their MSRP of about $80, and you can see now $188, $199. So this is the version. There's different versions of the Sovereign Knight. Let's see here. Now this does not appear to be a third-party seller. Well, maybe it is, actually. I'm not sure if this, well, All right, JRW Collectibles, and then you can see that we have even higher prices here, 253, 254. So if you're talking, this is over triple the original price for these. It shows you that either either these definitely have gone up in value, or you have third-party sellers that are shooting for the moon. Because you could set it at whatever price you want. Is anyone going to buy Green Lantern for $350? I don't know. I have no idea. But sometimes third-party sellers just put it out there and see what they can get. Sometimes nobody buys. So anyway, that's kind of my advice on buying Mezco. I love the figures. Um, I've had some that I didn't love. I don't think I've ever had one that I hated, but the ones that I really love, I fall in love with them absolutely. And so, could this be better? Yeah, I would prefer the iconic costume, but it's still a great figure. Trying to put together my Justice League, and I have most of the figures, even though I have kind of haphazard figure here and figure there from different iterations, including the Christopher Reeve Superman, which doesn't quite go, but it is Superman. So, anyway, that's my advice on buying Mezco.